Test takers who bomb their GMAT can still break into top 10 MBA programs and launch six-figure careers in under 18 months. Not by retaking the test 5 times, like conventional advice suggests. While most people think a low GMAT score disqualifies you permanently, I'm a first-generation Ivy League MBA who felt like a fraud for days after bombing mine. And I'll show you the exact path I used to get accepted and keep advancing in my full-time job. So I was working full-time when I started applying to business school. I had 0 connections and no roadmap. And honestly, I didn't believe I was smart enough. That low GMAT score felt like proof that I was right about myself. Confirmation that people like me, working professionals without the fancy backgrounds or connections, didn't belong in any MBA program. But I still got into Cornell's executive MBA program, not because I suddenly became perfect, but because I learned something that changed the way I looked at everything. After that GMAT disaster, I had a choice. I could give up, or I could figure out what I was actually missing. So I started small, late nights after work, researching what business schools were actually looking for in their candidates, waking up at 5 a.m. before work to study the frameworks that business schools value, reaching out to admission contacts on LinkedIn during my lunch break. These were people I never met, but I was hoping to build a relationship with them. From there, I focused on my application packet, like writing essays on the weekend that felt real and honest, working with senior leaders at work to figure out who was best to write my recommendation letter. Balancing a full-time job while applying to MBA was brutal, but I dedicated time to focus on the things that I could control and that I needed to do in order to push my MBA journey forward. Every tiny win mattered. One good informational interview, or one admission contact who actually responded to my messages, or that one essay draft that finally hit the mark and felt real. The breakthrough wasn't perfection. It was realizing that I didn't need to be the smartest person in the room. I just needed to build a plan for myself, follow it, and keep showing up even when I felt like I didn't want to do this. And once I was able to do that, that's when it all clicked and it happened. I got accepted into Cornell's executive MBA program, and that was my reach school. I didn't think I had any chance of making it. I wasn't excited about the prestige. I was excited about the notion that for the first time in my life, I felt like I belonged somewhere. All those early mornings and late nights while working full-time suddenly became worth it. That's exactly why I started this channel, because if you've ever felt like business school is for other people, people with better connections, better backgrounds, or more time because they're not working a full-time job, then I'm here to show you that it's not impossible. If that resonates with you, then hit that subscribe button. The biggest transformation for me wasn't the degree. It was believing that I deserved to be there. That confidence changed everything. How I interviewed, how I negotiated, how I showed up into rooms where I used to feel small. And if I can do this as a working professional who bombed the GMAT and had 0 connections along the way, then you absolutely can too. Subscribe if you're tired of feeling like you're not good enough. Drop a comment and tell me what's the biggest thing holding you back from considering a business school application. Is it test scores, money, time, confidence? This channel is our space, and your story matters here. In upcoming videos, I'm breaking down the exact application strategy that got me into an Ivy League despite my low GMAT scores, the imposter syndrome framework that turned my self-doubt into confidence, and the tactics that I used to secure a 23% income jump post-graduation. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the playbook that took me from test failure to 6-figure success. I'll see you in the next video.